Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to our 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. Lovely, wonderful Crossroads. In the north, it is Iroha fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, and the 5th Mechanized Corps here with Armoured Assault featuring T-35s, Radio Intercept, Vehicle Repair Training, Stormvik attacks, and IS-2 tank triple infantry. In the south it is Archim, or I believe it is Lenya. Now there's two players who call themselves Archim, not sure how to go about that one, but I'm just going to call them by the old name, which is Lenya, so decrease confusion there. Our way, Lenya here, fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the Gross Deutschland Panzergunner Division here with German infantry, featuring the 250-1 half-track. Veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bomber, double infantry, and Panzerfaust. Note this is with the new patch, which was released while I was asleep. So there will be some small changes here and there. We got Gunners MD42 there for Lenya, triple console there for Iroha, pushing straight half for the eastern fuel pond there. Lenya spreading out for centre and east. A bit more focused just grabbing more territory, whereas Iroha's just focused more on hard east with a bit focused west as well. The more gunners away there for Lenya, and the German army comes to the hard at work, laying down sandbags by the eastern fuel pond, digging in, ready to throw back the fascists as soon as they poke their heads sufficient within line of sight. In the south, Pioneer sneaking up, the infantry to cover. Of course, the consequent heavy cover, that's going to be a bit difficult to dig them out of unless someone pokes their head out too far, in which case the infantry can deal with that. Consequently, they might in fact try and flank up behind him. Before this could be a bit of risk there for Lenya, since this, of course, is a bit of an open spot there. And of course, might be wise just going to keep the contra there, since it's going to easily set up for the infantry flanking. Pioneers coming up, they might be able to spot the contra in time and set up for the MD42 to deal with that. But of course, then he needs the contra can charge him with the sandbags. So he's going to make a decision as soon on that department. True contra going in there. There you go, machine gun positioning. Contra charging for the north. Can the MD4 set up in time? Possibly not. They have a good country out near the cover. MD43 position deal with that again. So it's a bit of a game of where's the attack actually coming from? That good old World War I trench favourite. Guns versus conscripts. Third Pioneers on the way there for Lenya. Comes from the north force on the way there. Pioneers got close to the contra to suppress the Pioneers. Should be able to beat that one. Machine gun to deal with the contra there. And these up north are actually speeding the contras there. It's a close one there though for Lenya. Iroha's contra there needs to fall back as well. Pioneers right in the contra there from the eastern fuel pond. Far out west of it, Gunners was engineers there. Should be able to win that one. And there you go, third Gunners squad out there for Lenya and the German army, Deutschland. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Helps me and helps you. And you can also support the Propagandacast live pledging on Patreon, like so many other handsome and delightful patron supporters. Or you can just donate by PayPal. I would be most appreciated. Links in the video description. Gunners saying north of us comes around the centre point here. Sandbags being thrown down by these mighty Frontovics, ready to throw them in the face of the fascists if they could. These are the conscripts, more coming up. They're going to use the good position. They should be able to hold up against them for some time. Of course, if they don't have where to take from Molotovs, they could, of course, use a flash from there go. Or they just bring up the flamethrowers, which obviously is going to force the Grenadiers out as well. MD40 support here, though. Quickly backing in out there. Trying to keep the engineers out of the building, but at the same time not risking the Grenadiers. It's pretty risky play there by Lenya. It's pretty cheeky there. Going to enforce to retreat here. Conscript took heavy damage in the process. Bring up this inside. Very good there. Pioneers down with the sandbags of their own. Fourth Gunneer squad here for Lenya. Obviously looking to take advantage of the veteran squad lead upgrade here for the Gunners. Get 4 up to the veteran Grenadier status. That's a lot of firepower, though. Arguably could still benefit from a single Panzer Grenadier squad or Stormtrooper squad mixed in with all the veteran Grenadiers. Up north here, constant pushing against the Grenadiers, getting one man down, the rest retreat, realising that's going to be a pointless fight otherwise. I imagine Lenya there is taking up if it hasn't already. Very good. Iroha meanwhile has got medics and that's about it. No further sign of construction or anything else there. Pioneers been being pushing for the car front, looking to disrupt there. Iroha's resource income. Cheeky there, and there we go. Note moved up the engineers to the conscript to get them to merge. And then we'll head to the front line again. It's a nice setup there by Iroha. Conscript up deep flank here. Right now, Lenya's right flank is a bit exposed. And there again, there's been nothing done here to prevent them from just moving on to the sandbags there. So, good so there by Iroha for future raids like that. Thumbs up to Iroha and the Red Army. Up north here, Pioneers being overwhelmed by Soviet infantry from all angles. Lenya's going to have to retreat those Pioneers soon. You're getting it, Petro. Alright, I keep forgetting. It's the same thing with my glasses. You wear glasses? Oh, did I forget those two again? Well, hopefully, I won't miss the right targets, won't I? That would be a bit embarrassing. Gunners was the engineers. Merch again. Thumbs up to Iroha for once more doing that. A bit of this time, quick using one member as well. Gunners playing up behind the conscripts. Season these some fuel point there, disrupting Lenya's fuel flow, and there go roughing it off in engineers. Nicely timed there, actually. More engineers to for Iroha. Double engineers. I feel like that might be a misclick there. Perhaps a bit too eager to click up something there and pick up one engineer score too many. Again, a merge there. Really good work. Like to make a nice company, no sign of the 250 aftercare for Lenya. No sign of Panzer Grenadier either, but can begin upgrading the Grenadiers with the Veteran Squad Lead upgrade, transforming into the Veteran Grenadiers. Okay, apparently Iroha is in fact intending to go Triple Engineers. A bold statement, which you typically don't see, not least this early. But there you go. Then they're going for the 222, and there's some of the 250 half track -1. That would be almost quite neat, but just a 251 half track I think would also be quite helpful here to support Lenya's troops. 2 halfway done machine moving to support here. 2 kills close to veterans who won, but also half health there. Veteran is up in the conscripts, engineers flanking with the gunners supporting there, and the before called supporting with the engineers. Suppressed before they get into cover. There we go, route it. Nice work here. Veterans who won gaining those veteran grenadiers. 2-2, they're ready for Lenya. And the German army gunners was the engineers on the car point. I'm guessing there'll be a lot more flamethrowers out of here, and they go off now on the conscripts, doing a bit of damage, not pushing that cover. They stand their ground far north. Punish going for the northern fuel point there. Gunners being overwhelmed. And there you go, finally pushing that cover. Might want to use that field first aid to quickly heal themselves up. There you go, moving up. He's going to need more firepower around here. Otherwise, Iroha very much has a good chance of overwhelming Lenya's right flank. And there you go, going to do a bit of healing on themselves, all for free thanks to the Veteran School Leader upgrade. That's a very handy thing there. Back in Lenya's space, not for further going on to the conscripts, engaging the conscripts in the centre. Cover shattered. Under unrelenting and ruthless armoured car fire. Grenadiers arriving as well there. I imagine we will soon be seeing more veteran grenadiers on the way there for Lenya and the German army as soon as more munitions are acquired for the upgrade. Wait, Heinz, why do we need munitions for these extra guys? Well, you know, for the medals. Oh, wait, what? Don't think too much about it, Jürgen. It'll only hurt your head. Engaging there. The engineers. Mines also laid down. In fact, several mines here, but I don't have very good thorough mining there. Very nice. Going to use about, in fact, to test this thorough mining as Heinz and Friedrich blow to bits. Needs to be got news comes support their gunners were out trouble. 3 kills. Veterans who won. Need to retreat soon. Could add stormtroopers or panzer grenadiers now, sort of an extra thing there. Of course, might worry about enemy armor. Go for the Pack 40, and certainly worrying about a T-center right now would not be entirely, I think, unfounded worry here for Lenya. There you go. Panzer up the Kanone 40. The Pack 40. Going for the center point here with the grenadiers, and using slightly push back with the 2-2. Eastern side once more being threatened here. Really should consider maybe some S-mounts around this point to make it harder for these. It'll have to sneak up on that fuel point like that. Engineers moving up here, laying down mines of their own, very aggressively right under Lenya's nose. On the west here, continue pressure there on Iroha's left side, very good there. This is 3 divisional field gun, almost done for Lenya. Almost done. Continues charging at the grenadiers, then 2-2, Pack 40 almost done there for Lenya. Pack 40 ready, the Panzer Abwehr Kanone 40. Heavy armor car fire there, grenadiers, conscripts all clashing it out there. Already a few casualties popping up in the east here. Engineers moving in there. Opani moves back up, and then forward, going to push out the Soviets from the eastern fuel point again. Western one slowly being claimed there by Lenya and the German army. Back here, troop reinforcing. Nothing further on the base there. Pioneers around the conscripts. 2 veteran grenadiers coursing up here for Lenya. Very good for him. And connect to begin upgrading a 3rd one as well, which of course is even better. Here's just the 2-2. Mines down there as well. Got the western fuel point there. Got constant units charging out there. No additional flamethrowers yet here for Iroha. You kind of figure that again when they go for that many engineers. You typically sort of hint you're going for a lot of flamethrowers, since they can be quite effective, obviously. Says 3 additional free gun lancer great in the 2-2 there. Forcing Lenya to pull it back. Grenadiers moving up here. 6 kills, veterans to 1. Oh, actually managed to clear the mine there, at least for now. But it is pretty close there. Troops moving eastwards. Troops about the east. Back here, troops reinforcing. Nothing further going on. There we go. Veteran Grenadiers on the way there. Or veteran squad leader. No sign of further tech there for Lenya, though he could certainly begin pushing for the Supreme Court already now. Grenadiers infiltrating eastwards, pressing up there the right flank of Iroha. Very good. Veteran Gunners opening up. There's 6 kills. Steadily approaching with the 2 engineers charging across there. About to get the flamethrower, so there you go. We are seeing that flamethrower action. I was sort of wondering where it was coming, and there you go. Double flamethrower engineers can be quite effective. And in fact, there's certainly a possibility of triple engineers, though at the same time, might still want to have mines ready, not just because, you know, Lenya could be laying down mines, but also just helps with repair speed. So, you know, just having a mines with your team nearby is handy in a lot of ways, really should consider. Take one later for Lenya, though, and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division, very good. You got contributing up against the Grenadiers there in the east. MD42 there is repositioning. And the outlaw there drops dead as the Grenadiers cut him down in cold blood. Moving up the west side, we got mines down here from Iroha and the Red Army. She's in the western point. We got their tech almost done for Lenya and Deutschland. We're very active mining there for Iroha. And of course, at some point, Lenya probably wants to get some minesweepers up there, at least should, because otherwise this could really bleed out Lenya and the Germans quite spectacularly. Zooming westwards there. Sandbags up in the centre, very good there. We got 484 versus 413. Cops are being played out by the veteran Grenadiers, even in heavy cover with that many veteran Grenadiers about. That's not going to last for too long, and there you go, down to just one man who gets the devil out of there. Sandbags already crumbling in the centre there, under the fire of the 2-2 field gun opening up, pushing back the 2-2, at least should be. And these here, we do get barbed wire and S-mines. Lenya's had enough, 2-2 apparently also had enough. Or at least the chassis did as it exploded. But still good move here, that's going to make it hard for Iroha just to sneak up and they harass it. That's definitely going to require some minesweepers unless Iroha just, you know, doesn't mind having his troops explode. Comrade! Captain, where's the minesweeper? You are the minesweeper. Oh no! So complete. Filgan moving about there. Tank coming on later for Iroha. That'll probably be a T-70. Of course, might just be a stepping stone towards the mechanized armor company. Back in Lenya space, we got no sign of the Supreme Corps yet. Panzer gonna do here for Lenya. So, apparently not. Another MD42. That could also work. Certainly, there's all this infantry. I would like to see some Panzer with these, you know, stormtroopers. He's bringing up the strength to the Pioneers, opening up with a Flammen Werfer. We got 4 kills to close 22. Grenadiers hosing down the conscripts with accurate, well-laid fire. The steady hand of the veteran guides the rest of the men to greater performance in service of the German army. Conscripts being overwhelmed by the Grenadiers here. Engineers went on the other side. West centre here we got the engineers. Need to be careful with that flamethrower. On the west side, bit of pressure there as well. Second MD42 almost done there for Lenya. No sign of the Supreme Corps as of yet. No sign of that, and we got straight to the mechanized armor company for Iroha and the Red Army. Well, obviously that means probably a fast T-34. I suppose there's also the IS-2 stall there, even though that's, you know, been, shall we say, slightly nerfed a bit, requiring now more command points again. And also the IS-2 has been slightly touched upon, so it's not quite as impressive. Holy smokes! What did those girls get a hang of that? Yeah, have you seen the flame for the squirrels? They took it! They took it! Oh, not again! Well, just grab a new one and don't tell the commissar. Okay, this is the conscripts. In the west side here, we got Grenadiers moving about there as well. Close to Veteran 3. Nothing further on the base there of Lenya. Minesweepers up. They're obviously trying to deal with those S-mines. Very good response there. At least in this regard, Iroha apparently is not great. The infantry is minesweepers. At least not intentionally. At least not intentionally. Though who knows, some might still have a DSFS certificate that said they volunteered for minesweeper duties without a minesweeper. And he's been gunned down the Grenadiers with light machine gun. So it makes a veteran Grenadiers and a single light machine gun team there. Interesting choice there, Lenya. Not necessarily bad though. Certainly gives a bit more range firepower to back the other chaps with. But You know, detail. Going to bring it on the west. Back here, troops reinforcing. Straight to tier 5 for Lenya. Bit more risky there. Certainly gives Iroha's plan to stall for the IS-2 a bit more leverage. Certainly a bit more risky. And, you know, loses out in the fast panzer push there. We'll have to see. Of course, the heavy panzer corps actually confers a few advantages to the Vamp once it's built. Like, troops are slightly cheaper to reinforce. They can grab points faster. Also, support weapons become cheaper to reinforce. I think it's only Panzergunners and Stormtrooper that don't benefit from cheaper reinforcement. Others, goodies between the conscript engineers moving out there. Also using Assault and Hold, 2 down there to Lenya. Really good ability, which I feel like a lot of Wehrmacht players overlook in when they go for German infantry. Just, it gives your troops such a good boost that really works well with Panzergunners and Stormtroopers. In particular, Stormtroopers in a good position with Assault and Hold and Tactical Advance can really cause them heavy damage. Holy smokes, that was a great rifle grenade there. Didn't quite do as much there. Iroha was able to spread out troops swiftly enough, but still taking a lot of damage out in the open there. There's the Assault and Hold Grenadiers. They are definitely doing their part in holding this. Iroha a bit of a tight position there at the moment. They need to get the Hate Panzer Corps. MG42 joining it, also try and pressure up the left side, which is now wide open. Now the Pack 40 there for Lenya. And the Heavy Panzer Corps going at the same time. Clearly going to be a stall here for that, so both sides are effectively stalling out. Generally, again, not what I advise as the Wehrmacht, but here we are. I suppose this is the first day of the new patch, so you obviously just got to test it out, see how it works out, but it's still risky. It's still risky, though, of course, in this case, it does help out with the fact that, again, Iroha can't easily rush out on IS-2, even with like good map control, simply because of the increase in command points. So I guess that works out a bit there for Lenya and the German army. Oh, there's a Palmer Corps there, almost done. Well, that's it. That's actually a pretty fast 12 command points they're looking at. And you need MG42 there, opening up the engineers, more moving up. They're going to try and deal with those. Use them on the west side, more mines down there. Really good work. So many mines really. Lenya's still operating well in a single Pioneer squad. That is honestly pretty risky. There you go. Fill them about in the building. Straight at the corner of their house, forcing the machine crew to get out before that thing collapses. Engineers wiped out. A small loss there for the Red Army. Getting over close to that IS-2 heavy tank. We are roughly, I think, 2 minutes away from that. Give or take. Meanwhile, the Heavy Panzer Corps is, I think, down there for Lenya, which of course means the gunners will be slightly cheaper to reinforce. 28 manpower now compared to the 30 before. A massive saving if you have to reinforce about 100 Grenadier. That's 20 manpower saved. That's enough for a Stahlhelmet from the souvenir shop. You can get it with bullet holes in it as well, at a discount. Anyways, concentrate with MG42 being pinned down to the ground. Gonna need MG42 on the west side, gonna need some on the eastern side, western side as well. Troops reinforcing healing. Actually, it's 200 manpower saved then, I think. Yeah. Anyways, that might be a bit more than a Stahlhelmet. That's almost a full Grenadier squad, so a couple of Stahlhelmets and a novelty Bierstein. But you get the idea. MG42 with the conscript engineers. By the way, we'll have to see what Lenya goes first. Iroha there is close to the IS-2 heavy tank here versus Lenya and the German army. Party to be careful there. Conscript suppressed though. Needs to get the MG4 out there as well. Eastern flank is quite exposed. We've got the Pack 4 ready to deal with any Soviet armour. West side being grabbed by the Grenadiers. And of course they also get faster capping speed here due to the Heavy Panzer Corps. So that does allow, in particular again combined with Assault and Hold, actually allows to grab points pretty fast, I believe. Anyways, Heavy Panzer Corps there at the ready. Mines again being dealt with there, a bit unfortunate for Lenya. Could try and call a fragmentation bomb here. I mean, Lenya could decide those mines are going to go off one way or the other, whether or not the soldiers in the minefield likes it. But there you go, IS-2 heavy tank out here for Iroha and the Red Army. This is the conscripts. Sturmpanzer there for Lenya. We'll have to see how long that Sturmpanzer sticks once he makes first contact with the IS-2. I mean, if Lenya's like really ballsy, he could just stick to the Sturmpanzer, but if he's wise, he'll probably cancel it for a pump. There you go, Assault and Hold. Engineers being overwhelmed by the Ace Grenadiers there, full of fury, vinegar, and slightly tainted sauerkraut. Engineers are Gunners got almost taken out here. Sturmpanzer still being happening here for Lenya. Packs up on the IS-2, several punches there. Causing control down to the IS-2. Gunneers pushed back there in the end. Centre being occupied with the engineer squad there. Also note 7-man upgrade squad for the Contra is now slightly less effective. I mean, it's still good, but it's not quite as overwhelmingly good as it used to be. But effectively, the Veteran 3 Contra squad in close range could deal with the Veteran 3 Panzer Grenadier squad, which was a bit off. IS-2 there being self-repaired. Lenya has countered the Sturmpanzer, perhaps realizing he's going to need something that can actually challenge the IS-2 heavy tank. Pack opening up their counter the trunk laying down sandbags. We got 466 to 261. Iroha definitely needs to look at those victory points before Lenya runs away with the game in that department. And that could certainly get a bit awkward. Punching up, he got talent mines down there. Very good as well for catching Soviet armor. And the occasional flamethrower wielding squirrel. Just saying, a squirrel that has to be pretty heavy to wield a flamethrower. You don't want to see them though. Terrible stuff. I was tuning about here for Iroha though. Far north here side, we get a nice flank here by Iroha there on Lenya's left flank. Nice sneaky setup there. Gunners went with forward to backing up, and then suddenly we got the IS-2 and then bombarding the Pioneers with this 122mm gun. Panther on the way for Lenya and the Crossroads and Punch Grenadiers. Pioneers wiped. A nasty blow there to Lenya. Mortar on the way for Iroha and the Red Army for a bit of light artillery support there versus the Fascists. Very good there. There's the comps on the west side. IS-2 moving from the centre units bring about there as well. We got Gunners with the comps to the east here. Getting suppressed by M402. Lenya remains steadfast in the face of Soviet assaults and possible annihilation. IS-2 on the left flank, there's a bit of trouble there, so they're definitely not ready for engaging in IS-2, and there you go, half the unit gone in the blink of an eye. The rest picking up light machine and getting the devil out of there. Well, Heinz is getting the devil out of there. Jurgen is probably going straight to the devil. Mortar moving up here, backing up the field gun. Could try and bombard here, though you have things to get a bit of concentration and going in forces. Could also try and flank Lenya by pushing up the left side and heading in through here. Definitely a bit of a blind spot here that could work, I think, versus Lenya. Oh, we got the Panther out there, the Panzerkampfwagen 5, Pride of Sefasland. Contra taking 5, we got ace level on those chaps. Another assault and hold, 2 thumps to Lenya again. He's very consistently using that ability, which is definitely, again, I feel like underrated by a lot of Armoured players. Pushing ahead here, and you can see that that point is being taken pretty fast. But there you go, Gunners bunched up right from the IS-2 and the mortar, so takes some damage well still. Lenya keeps up the assault Panther going in for the IS-2. Contra there on right flank, field gun gets good in the Panther, but the Panther is getting good hits off the IS-2 alongside the Pack 40s here, providing heavy fire support there. Intense fighting here between Iroha and Lenya, just kicking off there. Right flank with Gunners with units of conscripts, and again, assault and hold, veteran Gunners, again a veteran feet just tank through the conscript, and Gunners being cut down as well. The Panther taking heavy damage from the field gun and the IS-2. But the Packs and the Panther also causing significant damage to the IS-2. So just heavy damage, heavy casualties. Engineers squad about to go down. Oh dear, Iroha has no engineers left now. Good lord. That's brutal. More pioneers on the Lenya, of course, who didn't have any repair units either. But Iroha definitely did not come ahead of that in the engagement. I feel like didn't really gain much ground except a bit in the west there. And otherwise just mostly lost stuff there. Has to replace the engineers, probably the conscripts as well. And also probably wants to start bringing more numbers here versus Lenya. Lenya, in fact, might have a bit of a hard issue with that, though. Technically has plenty of fuel, but still needs plenty of manpower as well to bring up more armor. Panther versus the conscripts, holding on the machine guns and main guns. Going to use pushing forwards here for the German army. Still, Lenya has managed to preserve the infantry there, whereas, again, Iroha has been having a bit of a harder time keeping the conscripts in one piece. To push back the conscripts, got almost ace on that machine and give their crew. Gunners was the conscripts on the west here. Close to veteran through there. Bit of damage, bit of bleeding. Gunners flanking against the conscripts, on the right there. Oh, yeah, the rough though. Bit of damage being done here. Comes there in a bit of a tight spot as well. East side here, we got MD42 being smoked out. Ace level gained. Iroha's IS-2 is almost good to go. Panther still being repaired here. Pioneers hard at work fixing up the Panther. Panthers were quite hard to maintain, and even then were quite mechanically unreliable. when they wrote Wheel Sun didn't help either, as they were quite difficult to main. Though it did actually mean the Panther and other tanks were actually quite much more stable and, you know, smooth in riding compared to other tanks. But again, very difficult to maintain that to pick out the outer wheels than, you know, maintain the inner wheels. So, little fun fact there. T-Fed Force on the way, the Iroha and the Red Army Engineer Squad about to go down as well. The Grenadiers are just executing them. Panther moving up, they're straight into the field, enough for repair. We got air support going as well by Iroha. IS-2 going for the flank of the Panther, back forward there. May not be able to deal with it. IS-2 fast enough, there it goes, up maneuvering them already. Engineers pinned, or Pioneers pinned down. Heavy fire there in the packs, could be cleared out here. That'd be going to be a blow there to Lenya. Pack there, in fact, almost to get wiped out here. Pack crew down to just 2 men, hauling the pack 40. Crew fire and vicious Soviet insults. T-Fed Force 6 almost done. At least got the pack force out there still. Iroha made a good push back, forcing Lenya to fall back into a slightly more defensive position. Now gains control most of the map. You got Form 66 on 22 in this regard. The Lenya still has a significant lead over Iroha in terms of victory points. Very good there, very good. Engineer squad almost done. Meanwhile, Third Assault continues now with more tanks to back it up, and of course Iroha can soon bring in more tanks. And this is only where things get a bit tricky there for Lenya, because then IS-2 backed up by a swarm of tanks. It's going to be quite tricky for Lenya to deal with, particularly if he plans to doing Panthers with it, because his troops are being bled out here, so he has to set up manpower enough for another Panther, which might mean he doesn't have pressure enough on Iroha, which of course means more tanks, meaning Panthers are going to be still outnumbered significantly. So it's a bit of a challenge here for Lenya. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. Meanwhile, the Panther he has in field play is going to be pushed to the very limits. Meanwhile, the Grenadiers seem heavily doing a lot of the lifting here. Almost got another conscript pack up in the IS-2 gun, pushing east, but see straight into the T-Fed Force 6 comes there, but they have to retreat. They definitely have to retreat. Wait, what? Is that a guardsman? Where did he come from? Or did they change the look of the veteran squad leader guy effectively on the unit? I think they did, maybe. Interesting. Huh. Well, fancy that. Guess what? Why can't they give that to the Grenadiers? Cheeky bastards. And his Panther East was there. T-Fed Force 6 almost on there for Iroha. Or at least it's on the way, I guess that's a better way to put it. Got mutual fragmentation bomber and assault and hold here versus Iroha. Field guns opening up on the Panther shot bouncers. Panther Fast there down to the engineer. You know, Panther Fast rockets are a bit slow, which apparently helps to make, you know, make them more accurate. T-Fed Force 6 almost down the Iroha. Now that's a pro way of saying it. Pack on the IS-2 down to less than half health. 13 kills. Veterans you won. Panther moving ahead here. 4 kills on that one. Close to Veterans you won. Moving out the west side. Good tactical balance there by Lenya. Remember there's the left hand side of the map there. Almost got that second T-Fed 4 done there. Right about to done. And there you go. Hits the field. Moving up the eastern side here with the Grenadiers. Continuing westwards there. Troll setting up there. This is the field gun, slowly hosing them down. And this is the mortar. Constant opening up there. T-Fed for moving about. 0 kills, Panther moving up. He shoots, good hit on the T-Fed Force 6. 4 kills, plus Veterans 1 on that one. In the east here we got Gunners moving up there. Engaging the comms, there needs to be... Well, there's supposed a bit of cover there from all the crating, all the explosions. There go another assault and hold. Lenya once more urges the men to do the best for Deutschland. Das Vaterland. Rav been flying there. Oh, was hoping to bait them into the retreat there. Didn't quite pan out there for Lenya. T-Fed opening heavy damage on these as well. Packs opening on T-Fed focusing down to half health. Oh dear, pushing in again. That's pretty risky there by Iroha, honestly. But in this case, the lane was all putting back the pack forward, so Iroha got lucky there, but that could have resulted in destruction of the T-Fed 4. There you go, Lenya going for a second Panther. We'll be getting a double Panther fight here. Panther versus the conscripts there out in the open. Ice moving up here. 13 kills, 1 Grenadiers under fire. His first shot misses spectacularly. Panther shoots, misses. IS-2 also misses on the west side. Here we got T-4 flanking up behind the Panther. Could do some damage there. Panther turns around quickly. Pack's opening up as well there. And the T-34 combusts as Iroha had underestimated Lenya's anti-tank response there in that area. Panther halfway down there for Lenya. Panther bounces a shot there from max range. Sandbag shattered alongside Vasily. Pioneers putting force there. With their own little veteran squad leader, obviously. Getting the counter up close. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing. Panther almost done. IS-2 moving in. 13 kills, veterans 1. Pioneers routed. 5 kills, veterans 1. Panther number 2 ready here. Shots bouncing on the IS-2. 2 pack shots they're bouncing. At max range as well, obviously. At least close to max range. T-34 on the eastern side here. Going to try and outmaneuver here. Lenya's right flank. Of course, the 2 Panthers about. That could have a bit of a harder time. We'll have to see, of course. Pack shoots, misses the T-34 from 6. And thusly gives Iroha ample time to get the T-34 out of there, unlike the first one, which, of course, is now a rogue monument to the efficiency of German anti-tank guns. T-34 moving about. He got 1 pack fully clear. That's a bit of a problem there for Lenya. Of course, also with the IS-2 decided to go for the T-34. Perhaps there you go. Air support called it again, disrupting here Lenya's defenses. We got 417 versus 73 here. Gun is being hosed down by heavy machine gun fire from above. There's the aircraft swoop down like vengeful Soviet hawks. 16 kills in the IS-2, half 822 Panther falling back here. 7 kills in the first Panther, none in the second one. Pack destroyer there, of course, wants to deny the Soviets the usage of his anti-tank guns. Sent there by Lenya, there you go. Panther taking more hits, 8 kills. Fragmentation bomb called in. So where is it called in? Oh, here in the east. Well, that didn't do much. Didn't even destroy the MU-42 he had lost there, so that could end up being further of a problem there for Lenya. Need to fix up the Panthers. May want to strike westwards, basically ignore the main force of Iroha, basically outmaneuver. I think that'd be the best choice. Iroha now starting to bring up the T-35, saying brought some more respite, bring up these slightly bigger Soviet tanks. May also want to eventually bring up some Su-5s. Machine gun grab with the conscripts, very good there. Panthers opening up, all moving eastwards to support a fresh push there for Lenya and Deutschland. Gunny's moving eastwards here. Panther hanging back in the sub. T-35 almost done. In the center news on machine push back into the conscript. T-35 is moving up there. 16 kills. Still at 16. Thanks to some damage to the IS-2. That Panther moving up and getting the IS-2 shot bounces. MU-42 wiped out. That's the second MU-42 lost there for Lenya. Anyone else going to make a run for it? Looks like we're going to get away on the east side. Gun is being held down with MU-42 here. Things slightly backfire there on Lenya. Panther taking a nasty hit. They're closing up. Machine least up close, attempting to, but might get the damage engine. There you go. Damage engine on Lenya's Panther. Other Panther is almost good to go there. Might want to bring up more punish, repair them fast, to be honest, there for Lenya. Iroha really dug in the east side. Really should consider pushing up the west side, at least for a brief. Falcon is in trouble, though. They're finding so attached for the rest of the force. They can easily get wiped out. Now, careful. There you go. Pack 40 cleared out. That's both packs now gone here for Lenya. Now it's down to just the 2 Panthers here versus an IS-2 T-35 and the T-34 from 6 plus a plethora of infantry. This is going to get, I think, pretty tough here for Lenya. Pretty tough. The tables are very much turned, and Lenya is now the one at the shorter end of it. With a less great service. And a slightly dirty fork, too. Need to fix up the Panther. Can you move westwards? Again, I feel like attacking head onto this is just going to be a suicide mission there for Lenya. There we go. Moving westwards. Good read there by Lenya. Thumbs up. Good tactical move. Looks like he's charging right down every Soviet gun, trying to find where they aren't pointing and then surprise them. That's a lot better. Panther supporting the assault. Very good. Very good. IS-2 there. T-35 ready. It's the telemine, the one telemine he laid down. Can he take advantage of this? Can he destroy the IS-2? Can he cripple Iroha and the Red Army? Who knows? Well, of course, is worth it. Of course, it may not be away. He may decide it's not worth it. Hard to say here. Still, Lenya really needs to bring up some more pioneers, I think, long run here. Pushing up here, engine forward holding up. Needs to move up on the left flank. There we go. Assault and hold again. 2 thumbs up to Lenya. Sehr good. There you go, machine gun there being hosed down with the gunners. Attack, there we go. Quick retreat guys, port called in. T-54 moving up there as well. Field gun moving in there. Panther's almost good to go. Air support raining down the gunners as advance here for all of this. There you go. Panther gets good in the T-54 6. Pushing it back. Field gun setting up here. IS-2 being repaired. Could push it past the field gun, clear out the T-54 spots with the Panthers before Iroha can really catch on to the chase. I mean, the T-54 is actually poorly supported by infantry, so Panthers pushing in there could actually put it off, but no, decides to back off. Not necessarily bad, but it might have been a missed opportunity here for Lenya. No, perhaps decides to go for it again. Aircraft shot down here, infantry retreating as well. Gunners pushing ahead here with the backing of the infantry, perhaps, or at least the sense of backing from the infantry, pushing ahead with the Panthers. Almost got the T-35 here, pushing forward for Deutschland. T-34 desperately ramming the Panther. Stunned it, but the T-55 goes down now. The other T-56 can't get out of there. Clearing out here the field gun there with the other Panther's machine gun. Panther though down. Panther down. Field gun about to get wiped. There you go. Got the crew. Might get the T-54s from 6 well connect to replace the Panther, but still. I mean, 2 T-54s for a Panther isn't entirely bad here for Lenya. That's obviously not the best trade either. Not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's not awful. And I suppose at least it wasn't the veteran Panther. Like this one's actually going to be tougher there with Veteran 2, giving more health, more armor. That's obviously going to be quite beneficial there for Lenya and keeping that one alive. Trying to cross the Contras here. IS-2 engaging. There we go. So of course right next to the Contras might get a damaged engine. There we go. 14 kills in the Panther. Second one halfway done. You get more troop support. Then you're starting to really run low on troops. T-54 almost on there for Iroha and the Red Army. The Soviet Union. Finishing with the cannon inside the cemetery, but they might soon get into here by the IS-2, which is about to hit Veteran 2 itself. And there you go, another T-54 ready for Iroha and the Red Army. Second Panther almost done as the first Panther holds out of there. We got 219 versus 73 here. Could Lenya get this Panther to Veteran 3? That is going to be quite the feat here. Sandbags up in the centre. T-54 coming up, getting hit with gunners in the centre. Second Panther ready, can move to support here in the centre if necessary. Adding the Penmark machine gun, very good there for Lenya. Panther almost done. First one rushing ahead here. Great hit here from the T-54, shoots into the rear of the IS-2. We got a feel in the range. Well, there you go, ramming the Panther again. Iroha's boldness, I think, knows no bounds, but I like how they just went for it. Quickly, shoot it! Yeah, look, I've immobilized it. 9, you dumb cup, it did it on its own. Alright, Panther flanking though. IS-2 the way down to half health. Field gun quick challenge with the Panther flanking. Not bad there. Sharp reaction there by Iroha and the east side. Lenya flanker out the machine gun. Good rifle gun there. Almost got the machine gun. Very good, very good. 200 points left here for Lenya. T-54 now is going to have to act as target practice. There you go. Panther moving in there. Could try and blitz to get behind the IS-2. Could maybe work out here. Bypass the field gun. Maybe. No. Probably too risky. Got the T-54 from the 6. Needs to course avoid losing the Panther here. Because the T-34 from the 6 for a Panther is definitely not a great trade-off. Like maybe they can bait the IS-2 so we can destroy that. That could work. And there you go. Got the Panther down. Great for Iroha. Really great. But now the Panther's charging this one to support. There's nothing to like damage the engine. Another Panther shot. There we go. Good hit on the IS-2. Half HV 3. IS-2 Veteran 2 by itself. 26 kills. Panther continues bypassing. There you go with the building there. Blocking launch on the field gun. He can't easily support the IS-2 now. There's the Panther. Panther there. Very close. Veteran 3. Going for the kill here on the Soviet Beast. And bounces off the IS-2. Some IS-2 meanwhile does he push into the base to try and finish off? Does he risk it? Yes, he does. Air support called in though by Iroha. And there you go. Gets the IS-2 within the layer of the Beast. And now one of the patch changes, IS-2 cooldown begins. So right now there's actually a cooldown period. Well, Iroha can't call in another tank, and Lenya theoretically can sort of operate more aggressively without having to worry about getting hit a bit by an IS-2. So there's something to consider there. That right now, Lenya, this force has already depleted the Panthers and need repairs. It would be a shame to lose it now before it hits 23. That would be dreadful here for Lenya, though of course amazing for Iroha if they could avenge the hero IS-2 and shatter this fascist monstrosity. But looks like Lenya is able to avoid the destruction of the Panzerkampfwagen 5 at the hands of Iroha and his merry band of Marxists. I was about to say Marxists. I think that's a definite kind of political ideology. Moving towards the centre there. 46 kills, that's definitely Iron Cross first class material there. Comes with any reinforcements, 28 kills, definitely not bad either. But Iroha there, I think, is trying to hold up for the other IS-2 against them. Going to give Lenya more time to regain control of the battle. We got 145 to 73. Still, Iroha's control a good chunk of the map here. Of course, 2 machine guns can somewhat hold back here Lenya's infantry and defend the victory points. Another assault and hold here, though. Great work there by Lenya. I'd still like to see a Stormtrooper squad of some Panzer Grenadiers, though. I would really like to see that. But that's just me, obviously. Panther there, almost good to go again. Sturmpanzer on the way there now for Lenya. Want to get that Sturmpanzer blast first, Iroha's remaining forces. Iroha's got the resource of the IS-2, they just need the recharge to be done there. Goes to the conscripts. Panther moving forwards. Close to it. Of course, this gun machine tanks do quite a bit of damage to the infantry. Of course, need to be careful around anti-tanks. They're good, just crushing them. Heinz, shoot some Maschinengewehr. Friedrich, just runs him over. Runs him over? Can the Panzer handle that? Well, maybe. As long as you don't get stuck in the running gears. In which case, the mechanics are going to have our asses for that. Sturmpanzer almost done there for Lenya. There you go, finally got a Sturmpanzer out. Or maybe she's just gone for a second Panther. Panther being repaired again. 21 kills, close to the ace level. Sturmpanzer rolling out there for Lenya. In the east side, you got the point security. We got 81 versus 73. Going to be a close one. Going to be a close one. Going to be a very close one, I think. Troops reinforcing healing. Getting ready for the next push there for Iroha and the Red Army. Let's link up behind the conscripts, the Frontovics. Before the Grenadiers, Sturmpanzer on the west side.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
Sturmpanzer ramming, shoots at the machine gun crew. Great hit. One man blasted a bit, the rest are quite dead. Field on the IS-2 might go for the Sturmpanzer, which is right now a bit isolated. Got 73 for 71. It's got the scientific point hit. Grenadiers dealing with the charging conscripts. Sturmpanzer half health as the IS-2 tears at it with 122mm gun. Great hit, they almost got the Sturmpanzer. Sturmpanzer suits didn't do anything. And they got the Sturmpanzers down. Unsurprisingly, the armor buff really didn't achieve much there. Panther moving ahead there, then Panther moving slightly back, then moving ahead again. Pioneers moving up to the center here. Still feel like Lenya should go for some more Pioneers at the very least. Yeah, that Sturmpanzer is being a waste of resources here for Lenya, to be honest. Quick back here from the western victory point. 73 versus 53. Panther very close to the ace level there. Very, very close. Oh, there we go. Ace level Panther now faster and high rate of fire. That's definitely dangerous. The anti-tank goes off. That's also dangerous, but for the Panther survival it is. Less for the Soviets. Still holding away there. Shot bounces, but they'll get off another shot soon enough. Field gun shot bounces. There you go. Great hit from the Panther. Gonna get it for Panther first. And there we go. Damage into the IS-2. Panther almost knocked out here. Can Lenya get to safety with the IS-2? Knock it out. It's going to be a close one here. Panther gets a good shot there and gets just beyond the arc of fire of the IS-2. IS-2 hopes to shoot through the trees, but no dice. No dice. Field gun cleared out. They're small in it for Lenya, but the infantry is fighting beyond its current limits. Panther and Dynasty repairs. Really should bring up more Pioneers to repair it faster here. T-Fed forces on for Iroha. We'll have to see what Lenya does to respond to that. 50 points versus 70. Of course, IS-2 also in dire use and repairs here for Lenya, make no mistake. But there you go, Panther thing fixed up. This was the field gun, 49 kills. And got the field gun wiped out here. Roughing it off as well to kill the ones near the field gun. It's attempt to 52 kills. If they survive the war, you better hope the Allies capture them, because the soldiers do. They're pretty much going straight to the Gulag. And not one of the nice ones. One of the ones with your names like Cannibal Camp or other terrible names. Stalin's Footlocker. And there's mortar setting up there. IS-T for the first setting out there. Figuring about to get cleared out. Machine gun opening up. Their gun is being suppressed. Almost got the Panther fix. Really should bring out more pioneers to repair that faster, to be honest. I think they'll do a lot there for Lenya. We got 60 versus 46. Gunny's going for the Western Victory Point again. Again, making use of that slight increase in bonus to capture rate there from the Heavy Panzer Corps. Very good work there. Fragmentation bombing unleashed here against Iroha in the center. Gets the machine gun wiped entirely. That's going to hurt there. Even stuns up the T-54 Panther. Tries to snap a shot at. Misses though. Misses. Finding West Point MG42 with conscripts because the Grenadiers there. Air support going to deal with the Grenadiers on the west side. Panther gets good in the IS-2's flank. Shoots and misses the T-54. IS-2 turning on the Pioneers alongside the T-54. Then moves straight onto the Panther. Panther lands a good hit. Takes a hit from the T-54 from 6. Pioneers need to retreat. Got the point of the neutral, but it's going to be quite a blow to Lenya lose that one. I think Lenya might be trying to stay up for another Panther. Pretty risky though, but I can see the logic in it. Moving towards the end with the Grenadiers. 42 kills. Panther gets good in the IS-2. Mortar there with virtually 3-5 kills. Yeah, not so shabby. The field could be using the barrage, but it's much more actively here. Panther going for the IS-2. Good hit on the side. Punches through the side armor with ease there. Like a hot knife through butter. Another hit. They almost got the IS-2. T-54 moving up. They might try and protect it by ramming into the Panther, screening the IS-2. And there you go. Almost got the T-54, but looks like the T-54 escapes as well here. I feel like he could have taken out the IS-2 there, but I guess he didn't want to risk losing the Panther. It's very much, very close here, so I can understand Lenya not wishing to be too aggressive here, since one mistake could very well cost him the game right then and there. So it makes sense, though. It makes sense. Machine gun cleared out again. T-54 the one there for Iroha. Lenya can't go for another Panther now. Just reinforcing healing. Guess the Panther's delayed. Now the T-45 there, halfway done for Iroha. Sandbags down. Bit of quiet here as Lenya, of course, has a bit of a need for getting moving there fast, but at the same time, obviously can't just blind rush into it. Does help again with Assault and Hope, which could allow to a quick push to maybe Iroha. Almost got the Panther fixed up. T-55 done. T-55 need repairs, getting probably some repairs done, maybe with vehicle crew self-repair. Knowing that Iroha has no engineers, doesn't replace them, he's just not relying fully on the vehicle crews themselves to fix up the damn tanks. Panther not engaging the contras there, on the eastern side, west side being grabbed at the point here as well, very good. 46 versus 24. Gonna be a close one. Then we engage the contras in the center, west side we got Ganesh versus the T-45. Contra right, going for deep flank here. More being pushed out. Machine gun there. Could be clever there, guys. 2 gets in the way. Obliterates half the Grenadiers squad in the blink of an eye. No survivors except for the guys who survived, obviously. Push back. Going straight for the electric ball there. 46 versus 23. 21. Then it's up in the center. We got the arms coming up. Covering or shattering the cover. And match moments. Panther there going up. Need to be careful, of course. Still no second Panther on the way there. Is Archin planning that one? Should just go for something else at this point. Maybe go for some extra infantry to half-tech to just sneak about on the battlefield. But there you go. T-54 flanking the Panther. Field gun hit on the Panther. There goes second Panther on the way again for Lenya. Panther in need repairs meanwhile. 23 kills. 23. We got 46 versus 12. Who will win this epic contest of wills and armor? Pioneers almost wiped out. That certainly hurt Lenya a lot there. The Pioneers got wiped out. Still should call in more Pioneers, truth be told. Back here, troops reinforcing eastern victory points to be rushed here by Iroha. To be honest, need to get as much pressure there on Lenya as fast as possible. More engineers being called in there, not bad. Panther halfway done. Panther on the T-45, damaging the engineer, very good. Panther supporting fire for the Grenadiers. Shoots and hits the IS-2 there. Counter-rushing force, they gotta wipe somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, but something died. Probably the field gun there, though. 25 kills on the Panther. 21 infantry, 4 armor. Second Panther almost done. Great, and the T-34 makes field gun recruit once more. Panzerkampfwagen 5, number who knows what arrives. I think he's like lost 2 of them so far, so that's technically his 4th Panther. That's technically a full Panther platoon so far as managed to engage there. Obviously not at the same time. Like, he had 4 Panthers at the same time. He should technically be winning this. Just getting more than 1 Panther is typically really difficult because they're quite expensive. Great hit in the Panther. Piercing the armor. Keep everything repaired at the front line. I feel like that might have been a mistake there by Iroha, to be honest. Might be a bit too bold or desperate. We got 25 points left, though. Still not going for the eastern one. If they had to hit that, I think Lenya might be in a tighter spot now than actually is, though he's still in a tight spot. Make no mistake. His soft bits are practically no vice, but it's not a, you know, burning hot vice. It's just searing it off, acid squeezing it. Just squeezing it. Going for the western point, we can just also undefended. Iroha so focused on one thing at a time here. That there's, I would say, some very aggressive tunnelation here. Just completely losing sight of it. Lenya, though, certainly desperate. He's still retaining some, and there you go. Iroha realizing the western point is open. Rushes in troops. Assault and hold here with great time here. There you go. Pops it, conquering forward. They're taking shredded here, but the Grenadiers, so many. Again, just virtually free with assault and hold. Just tearing apart the country. Panther charging, engaging the T-34. There we go. Moving in there. He's using it to block. Like, he can't even fight with the T-34. He knows he can't. He's trying to buy time for the rest of the force moving. The field and cleared out. Engineers being annihilated. A last ditch assault by Iroha. We got 9 versus 12. Managed to stop the timer there. IS-2 gaining virtually 2. 14 kills. Panther moving in. The other Panther moves off from the base. Going for the IS-2 here. Heavy fighting around the center. Finally moving something eastwards. The Panther moving on. Veterancy 1 gained. Ace Panther moving up. They're going for the IS-2. The damage engine on the first or the second Panther. Ace Panther there. Gaining in the IS-2. Almost got it. Almost got it. IS-2 shoots, penetrates. Double bounce there from the Panthers. Double bounce. Ace Panther there gets the IS-2. Got 9 points versus 8 points. Grab the southern point. They finally remembered it was there, but it's probably too late. And there you go, machine crew being hosed down by the Panthers.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Good lord. And there you go. GG, game over. 9 points versus 6. Lenya pulled through an absolutely close fight there. Were the Panthers necessary? Probably not, but then they did pull through, though. I will say it was pretty risky at times, and certainly some small call with shoots of Panther 4s could have done Lenya good, and the steel Panthers just ended up being wasted there, to be honest. But still, close fight there. Had Iroha, I think, had a bit less tunnel vision then. I think some better maneuvers, more in particular on the left side at times. I think Iroha would have done much better, but in the end, Lenya pulled through. Could have been for more Pioneers, came out in the end, and maybe a half track here, and they could also have done Lenya good. But either way, I would say good start here to the first patch, only highlighting some of the changes there. So hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family. But don't tell enemies, and don't tell the squirrels. This is Imperial Links, and cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye!